Today we are going to discuss what is zoonosis, how we can classify the zoonosis, and this is most important topic. You have to understand, always ask in examinations likewise. Okay? So the zoonosis, there is two form of writing of zoonosis, SES and IS. So IS is means is a similar form of zoonosis, and SES means it is a plural form of zoonosis. As we know, zoo means animals and nosis means disease. Nosis means disease. And this the term zoonosis was first coined by or given by or used by, we can say, a German physician Rudolf Virchow in 1885. Known that 60% of existing human infectious diseases are considered as zoonotic diseases. How many infectious diseases you know? How many numbers of human infectious diseases? Till date, more than 1400. 7 diseases. So out of 1407 diseases, 60% are considered as zoonotic diseases. Okay. And in this, at least 75% are emerging diseases. What is emerging disease?
इमर्जिंग डिजीज मतलब जो मतलब कि हाल फिलहाल में मतलब कि बहुत तेजी से ग्रो कर रहा हो,
और न्यूली रिकॉग्नाइज्ड, those diseases that are newly recognized with increase in incidence of disease, or may that have more vector range, more host range, they may affect the various, or there is increase in the geographical area of effect. And re-emerging? मतलब हाँ, those diseases and infections that are known previously but occurred with increase in prevalence of disease, with increase in host range, vector range, geographical area, likewise. So that is re-emerging. Re means simply old disease that occurs recently with increase in their virulency, increase in host range, increase in pathogenicity, increase in vector range, increase in geographical area, likewise. Okay? So out of total known infectious diseases, 75% are considered as emerging diseases, and other also out of 5 human diseases. Out of 5 human diseases, it is considered as 3 originated from animals, and among these, 80% have capability to cause or use as bioterrorism agents. Bioterrorism matlab, in simple wording, just define in simple wording. Use of
bioterror,
intentional or unintentional use of biological organisms.
Yes.
है ना?
Yes.
For community to make a क्या कहते हैं, harm to community, either social influence, either political influence, likewise. So the definitions of this zoonosis is most important, and those diseases and infections that are naturally transmitted. ठीक है, disease may occur in accidental inoculations or during handling in laboratory or likewise, that are not considered as zoonotic. मतलब disease or infections must have a history of natural transmission between vertebrate animals and man. ठीक है, man also considered as a vertebrate animals, है ना? So but you can say vertebrate in terms of lower vertebrate, between lower vertebrate animals and man. Those diseases and infections that are naturally transmitted between vertebrate animals or man, or lower vertebrate animals and man. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है, this is not a unidirectional, this is bidirectional. May disease transmit from animal to man or man to animal under natural conditions. Under natural conditions are called as zoonosis. There are various socio-economic conditions that are we can say that governs the occurrence or distribution of any zoonotic diseases. Likewise, poverty. नहीं, poverty is the major, you can say, socio-economic conditions that leads to the occurrence of zoonotic diseases. अदर भी देखते हैं हम लोग. So nutrition है ना, poverty यहाँ आ गया. Economic status means आपका, if you are under low income group or your economic status is low, definitely you are malnutrition and there are more chances of occurrence of disease. Definitely you have, if the policy of system of the country, if the food safety और food security का जो policy आ रहा है, मान लीजिए simple just example, वो सही नहीं है गवर्नमेंट में, इंडिया मान लीजिए किसी भी गवर्नमेंट के पास ऑनेस्ट पॉलिसी कंट्री के पास नहीं है, then क्या होगा? डेफिनेटली न्यूट्रिशनल डिफिशियंसी होंगे. ठीक है. लॉट ऑफ माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स में फूड सेफ्टी इश्यू, ट्रांसमिटेड फूड का जो भी स्टैंडर्ड है वो फुलफिल नहीं रहेगा. देन दे मे बी एक्सेज और you can say factors for occurrence of disease. Then education, हमारे पास कोई एजुकेशन सिस्टम नहीं है, हम नहीं कुछ जान रहे हैं अभी कि हैंड हाइजीन का क्या यूज है, हैं? Then lot of diseases may transmitted to human beings. So likewise, here given examples all illiteracy with such as that leads to poverty के कारण, malnutrition के कारण, ill health, high infant and child mortality rates. It also that income group है, family size ज़्यादा बड़ा होगा, standards of living आपका low होगा, quality of life lower होगा, purchasing power आपके पास कम होगा, है ना? जो भी disease हैं उसके occurrence आप में ज़्यादा होंगे. Then ठीक है बाकी. Now effects of zoonosis, there are various effects, maybe loss of economy. आपके पास आपका man working hour, you have lower potential to work, so loss in terms of man hour, man day, your productivity, our productivity we can say, our productivity, monetary loss due to the occurrence of disease or zoonotic disease in animals, their production loss and the cost loss on cost, treatment cost. ठीक है. तो restriction and reduction on international जो भी trades हैं disease emergency के कारण ये रुक जाएंगे. आपका travel and tourism affected होगा, just like अभी कोविड का केस देख सकते हैं. ठीक है, but not अभी prove नहीं हुआ है, कोविड not proven as a zoonotic disease, but previous outbreaks of the you can say likewise SARS or coronavirus, SARS or MERS-CoV, they are proven as zoonotic disease. Maybe in future it also considered as zoonotic disease. So loss of lives of it also and life of both human as well as animals. So now we discuss about classifications of zoonosis. ठीक है, बहुत अच्छा से समझना है. So this is mainly the zoonosis may be classified on various ways. First, on the basis of etiological agents. Second, on the basis of transmission cycle. Third, on the basis of reservoir cause. So, on the basis of etiological agents, most of the etiological agents like bacteria, virus, mycotic disease, parasitic disease, rickettsial and chlamydial disease, these, on the basis of these organisms, we simply classify the zoonotic diseases. मतलब those zoonotic diseases caused by the bacterial organisms considered as bacterial zoonosis. ठीक है? Just like anthrax, brucellosis, leptospirosis, listeriosis, plague, likewise etc. Tuberculosis, these all are example of bacterial zoonosis. Viral zoonosis, those zoonotic diseases that are caused by viruses, viruses, and most common example is rabies, Japanese encephalitis, Cashian or forest disease, नहीं, SARS coronavirus, Middle East respiratory syndrome coronavirus, that is MERS-CoV, लाइकवाइज बहुत सारा है अपने पास, लिस्ट ऑफ डिजीजेज, वेस्ट नाइल फीवर है, और कौन कौन सा है, डेंगू है, चिकनगुनिया है, these all are considered as viral zoonotic diseases.
वायरल
Viral. Next is the rickettsial or chlamydial diseases. So those zoonotic diseases that are caused by either rickettsia or chlamydia group of organisms that are considered as rickettsial or and chlamydial zoonosis, that is Q fever, that is caused by ला रखे हैं
Coxella burnetii.
Coxella burnetii है ना, स्क्रब टाइफस, लाइकवाइज रिकेट्सिया के सब रिकेट्सियल का है. नेक्स्ट इज द माइकोटिक जूनोसिस, मतलब दोज डिजीजेज जूनोटिक डिजीजेज दैट आर काज्ड बाय फंगल एजेंट, है ना, माइकोटिक एजेंट और फंगल एजेंट, लाइक डर्मेटोफाइटोसिस काज्ड बाय किस होता है डर्मेटोफाइट्स,
एस्परजिलस
एस्ट्रोमाइसिस
no, Trichophyton, Epidermophyton, and Microsporum. These three are common genus that are responsible for dermatophytosis. Trichophyton, Epidermophyton, and Microsporum. ठीक है. Likewise, Cryptococcus, Cryptococcus neoformans, Histoplasmosis, Histoplasma capsulatum. So these are certain fungal diseases that are considered as mycotic zoonosis. Next is the parasitic zoonosis, toxoplasmosis, visceral larva migrans, cutaneous larva migrans, hydatidosis, and cysticercosis. These all are considered as parasitic diseases. Next, based on transmission cycle. So this is mainly on completion, how the organism completion they completed their life cycle, how many hosts are involved, how they are transmitted, mainly transmitted, mode of transmission, ऐसे वो transmit कर रहा है. That's major basis of classification of zoonosis based on transmission cycle. First is the direct zoonosis. So in जो vertebrate animal है, that it requires single vertebrate host for transmission, completion of transmission cycle. Simple समझने. So infection transmitted by the anthrax, or if anthrax occurs in animals, that is in cattle or जो भी है buffalo, then it's transmitted to human being by the direct contact. There is no any involvement of intermediate species. ठीक है? From single vertebrate is transmitted to other vertebrates, or maybe by direct contacts, maybe through the food, like by tinniasis or tuberculosis by air, अगर है तो airborne tuberculosis or animal tuberculosis we can say. That's they transmitted through the food also, air also, food also. If vector are involved, then the vector acts as a mechanical vector, just like transmission of cholera from the fecal material to food and then consumption by human being. So legs of housefly we can say considered as the house of billions of microbes. These housefly, when sits on the fecal material that contains the Vibrio cholera organisms, just for example, E. coli organisms, then they transmitted when this housefly is seated on our food, then the food materials gets contaminated with these Vibrio cholera or Escherichia coli, and when we are consuming that type of the food, we got the Vibrio cholera or Escherichia coli and other organisms infection. So in vectors there is no any multiplication or development of the organisms. Simply vector acts as a mechanical vectors. Actually vectors are classified in the various ways. First is the mechanical vector. In this simple it acts as a carrier or transmitter. In this no any development or multiplication of the organism takes place. In biological vectors, again biological vectors classified in different ways. That is developmental transmission, in which development of the microorganisms takes place. propagative, in which multiplication of the organism takes place, and cyclopropagative, in which multiplication as well as development of the microorganisms takes place. So the various examples of direct zoonosis: anthrax, rabies, simply rabies transmitted from dog bite to human being; tuberculosis, just from milk or airborne, like scabies, direct contacts, जितने भी हमारे पास skin related problems हैं, that's mainly transmitted through the direct contact. ठीक है?
Yes.
So second is the cyclogenosis. So in this, in direct zoonosis, we require one vertebrate host. Here we require two or more vertebrate hosts for completion of life cycle. So we can simply define the cyclogenosis. Most of the time is asked in examination. Those diseases and infections that require two or more vertebrate hosts for completion of transmission cycle or completion of life cycle. ठीक है? So based on involvement of the vertebrate host, we can again sub-classify this cyclogenosis into two types, that is obligatory cyclogenosis and non-obligatory cyclogenosis. Obligatory means compulsion. नहीं? Obligatory means compulsion. So obligatory cyclogenosis, involvement of human being is compulsory. Without involvement of human being, transmission cycle can't completed. Best example is Tinea solium and Tinea saginata. Just you remember the life cycle or transmission cycle of Tinea solium. So in case of Tinea solium, pig acts as intermediate host, pig acts as intermediate host, human acts as both intermediate as well as definitive host. So in pig, we can say larval stage of the cestode or this Tinea solium presents, and the larval stage of this is called as Cysticercus cellulosis. So in pig, Cysticercus cellulosis presents. In human being, there are two forms of the disease. One is tinniasis. It means tinniasis means presence of always in definitive host. Man acts as a definitive as well as intermediate host. If man acts as a intermediate host, cysts are present. Just example, neurocysticercosis, that is caused by presence of cysticercus cellulosis in the brain. ठीक है? तो larval stages are present, then it is you can say intermediate host, and if definitive host are present, the adult parasites are present, that considered as definitive host. So in definitive host, adult parasites presence, that is tinniasis. Larval stage presence, that is neurocysticercosis. There are two forms of disease of Tinea solium in human being. So based on consumption, mode of consumption, what we are consuming. If we are consuming the pork contains the larva, because the infection of tinniasis, because larva develops into the adults in our body system. If we are consuming the ova, from ova, larva released, and we are getting infection of the larva. Okay, so that larva, consumption of ova of Tinea solium leads to the neurocysticercosis, consumption of pork infested with cysticercus cellulosis leads to the tinniasis. Okay, that's why it's known as eugenosis, means true zoonosis. It is the best example of true zoonosis, because man acts as a involvement of man is compulsory. That's why it is known as obligatory cyclogenosis. One host is pig, other host is vertebrate host is human being. Human have a role in transmission cycle, because in human larva gets into adult, or from ova larva released inside the human being. So the life cycle of Tinea solium gets completed. Next is non-obligatory cyclogenosis. Involvement of man, we can't say it's compulsory. If man gets involved in this cycle, that's considered as dead in the host or accidentally involved. Cul-de-sac means nothing, dead in the host. Further, if we are getting infections of certain disease, there are no further perpetuation of disease, further transmission blocked, because if I got the infections of hereditary disease, echinococcosis, that is, we are considered as maybe intermediate host. So larval stages are present, hereditary cysts are formed within us, and after death, there is no release of ova. Likewise, we are not used by the different scavengers animals, like dogs or vultures or likewise other species. So we are cremated or either buried. So our dead body are not exposed to the scavengers. So we are considered as dead in the house. Further transmission नहीं होता है. But in there are certain community. In case of hydatidosis, there is a Trankana community in Kenya, where in that community the human bodies are offered to these scavengers. So in that case, exceptional, these are not considered as non-obligatory. That is exceptional. We can't say like that. But it is the best example. Human being acts as a, no, there is no involvement of compulsory involvement of human being. Human being may got infection accidentally in the transmission cycle, में घुस गए हम उसमें जाके अपनी गलतियों से, ठीक है. अगर हम इन्फेक्ट हो भी जाते हैं, then we are dead in house. हमारा कोई रोल नहीं है उसके ट्रांसमिशन साइकिल में. Okay, so just you see here, dogs, sheep, dog, natural cycle completes between either cattle or sheep or dog, cattle, sheep, dogs. Human being may get infected, but further transmission can't take place. Okay. Next is the third type of the types of you can say classifications of based on transmission cycle is metazoonosis. First is the direct zoonosis, second is the cyclozoonosis, third is the metazoonosis. So metazoonosis में both vertebrate and invertebrate hosts are required. In direct, one vertebrate host. In cyclozoonosis, two or more vertebrate hosts. In metazoonosis, both vertebrate as well as invertebrate hosts are required for completion of transmission cycle. But we can simply define this. Metazoonosis are those diseases and infections that require both vertebrate and invertebrate for completion of transmission cycle. In invertebrate hosts, these organisms may multiply just like biological vectors. These organisms may multiply or may develop or may exist in dormant stage. Without multiplication and development, they present as a dormant stage. So further, based on involvement of the number of vertebrate as well as invertebrate hosts, there are four types of, you can say, metazoonosis, or four subtypes of this metazoonosis. First is the metazoonosis type 1. Metazoonosis type 1. So just by numbering 1 plus 1, so it requires one vertebrate host plus one invertebrate host for completion of transmission cycle. The best example, yellow fever. So urban cycle of yellow fever. Just remember, if something you have idea, involve the invertebrate host, that is the mosquito vector, that is Aedes aegypti in Aedes aegypti and human being. There are actually three cycles. One is the, you can say, jungle cycle. So jungle cycle जो अफ्रीकन कंट्री में होता है, that is Aedes africanus के द्वारा होता है, ठीक है. Ape to ape और monkey to monkey we can say, transmitted by Aedes africanus. उसके बाद एक वर्जिन साइकिल आता है जो इनसाइड और कल्टीवेशन एरिया अराउंड द फॉरेस्ट. So that is called a virgin cycle or plantation cycle. That is, वो फ्री रहता है generally zone. If the infection is present, then the maintenance in that cycle plantation zone by the Aedes simpsoni mosquito. But in urban cycle, when they enters into the urban area, the cycles between human to human maintained by the Aedes aegypti mosquito. Second example, plague. So plague, in plague, flea, that is Genopsilla chiopis, Genopsilla aestia, Genopsilla braziliensis. These are considered as vector. These are considered as vectors, and its reservoir mainly various species of rat, brown seaver rat, we can say, Bandicota bengalensis, Rattus norvegicus. These are certain species of rat that considered as reservoir host. So one is the rat, or other is the flea. Human being may get infection by the bite of this rat flea. The bite of rat flea. When that is rat flea means infection maintained in mainly rat to rat by a flea, but may gets enter into the human being to the accidental bite of rat flea. ठीक है? So here we require one vertebrate and one invertebrate host. Second, metazoonosis type 2. Here we require one vertebrate and two invertebrate host for completion of transmission cycle. That is paragoniamiasis. That is the example here. That is here two invertebrate host. What? A snail and crab, and dog acts as a vertebrate host. Here also, again in second way of classification, or second way of transmission, we can say snail and crab acts as a two intermediate host, and man acts as a vertebrate host. So one vertebrate and two invertebrates are required. Metazoonosis type 3, two vertebrate host and one invertebrate host. So 1, 2, 2, 1, and last is the transovarian, that is INFP. So here we require two vertebrate host and one invertebrate host. Best example is Clonorchis. सब पैरासाइटों में पढ़ रखे होंगे आप, है ना? Clonorchis chinensis और likewise जो भी होता है. So here two vertebrate host, fish or dog, snail, invertebrate host. So a snail say fish, when the dogs are consuming or human beings are consuming the fish, they got infection of clonorchis. Metazoonosis type 4. This is transovarian transmission. So in host, the transmission may occur in, or you can say dam to in young ones, or in vectors we can say one stage of development to other stage. The infections may transmit from ova to, क्या होता है, एक लार्वा पुपा एडल्ट, लाइकवाइज अगर है ट्रांसमिशन साइकिल, सो एग से लार्वा में जाता है, यार मदर से सीधा कर सकते हैं कि यंगवंस में जाता है. दैट इज द ट्रांसओवेरियन साइकिल, ट्रांसओवेरियन ट्रांसमिशन. और एक स्टेज ऑफ डेवलपमेंट से अदर स्टेज ऑफ डेवलपमेंट में जाता है. एग में है तो लार्वा में गया, लार्वा से प्यूपा, प्यूपा से एडल्ट में जाएगा. इस टाइप ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन इज कॉल्ड ट्रांसस्टेडियल ट्रांसमिशन. ट्रांसस्टेडियल ट्रांसमिशन मींस ट्रांसमिशन stage by stage transmission from one development stage to other development stage. Thick board encephalitis है ना, फ्लेवी वायरस के कारण होता है. एक्सोडेस राइसनस टिक्स इन्वॉल्व होता है. टू शिप में भी वन स्टेज डैम है, अगर मदर है ठीक है इन्वर्टेड, अब उसका जो यंग वंस आएगा उसमें भी वो ट्रांसमिशन प्रेजेंट होता है, वो उसको ट्रांसमिशन करते रहता है. दैट ह्यूमन बीइंग मे गॉट इन्फेक्शंस बाय द बाइट ऑफ these ticks. Next is the fourth type of based on transmission cycle. Fourth type of zoonosis is saprozoonosis. So it requires non-animate site other than vertebrate or invertebrate for completion of life cycle. Non-animate means non-living things, and likewise food, soil, clothing, water, glass, grass, plants, each and everything, anything. So here infectious organism may multiply, may develop, may propagate, or in these inanimate sites, and these inanimate sites acts as a source, as reservoir or source of infections for other organisms. Further, this may on the basis of this is classified into the three way: saproanthropozoonosis, saproamphizoonosis, and मेटा एंथ्रोपोजेनोसिस, ये अगला क्लासिफिकेशन जब हम पढ़ेंगे तो उसमें ज्यादा में पूरा का पूरा क्लियर होगा इसका कंसेप्ट। तो सैप्रो एंथ्रोपोजेनोसिस, डिजीजेज ऑफ एनिमल, एंथ्रोपो मींस यू मींस एनिमल, एंथ्रोपो मींस ह्यूमन बीइंग। तो एनिमल का डिजीज नॉन एनिमल वाया नॉन एनिमेट साइट्स ह्यूमन बीइंग को ट्रांसमिट हो रहा है। कैसे? द डिजीज ऑफ एनिमल ट्रांसमिटेड टू ह्यूमन बीइंग वाया नॉन एनिमेट साइट्स or non-animate sites or non-living things. The best example is cutaneous larva, migrans, and ankylostomiasis. So just here by the diagram you can understand. So saproamphigenosis, amphi means both sides. The disease or infectious agents maintain both in animal as well as human being, but with involvement of, but may transmit via inanimate sites, inanimate sites, soil के through या pigeon droppings है, हिस्टोप्लाज्मा का ले लीजिए केसेस, तो pigeon droppings है वो soil में आ गया, उसे हम inhale किए, then we are getting infections. Most of the fungal diseases may transmitted to through non-animate sites. That's may fungal diseases of human being, maybe of human being, maybe of animals. Okay. Next is the saprometa-anthropogenosis. Saprometa-anthropogenosis. So it requires vertebrate host, invertebrate host, and inanimate site for completion of the life cycle. सबको इसमें चाहिए. Next example is fascioliosis. Based on reservoir host. So first is the anthropogenosis. तो सिंपल वर्डिंग में कहते हैं तो एनिमल का डिजीज, डायग्राम से देख सकते हैं, एनिमल का डिजीज जो ह्यूमन बीइंग को ट्रांसमिट हो रहा है. डिजीजेज ऑफ एनिमल ट्रांसमिटेड टू मैन आर दोज डिजीजेज ऑफ एनिमल्स और वाइल्ड एनिमल्स दैट अकर्स इन नेचर इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ मैन, विदाउट इन्वॉल्वमेंट ऑफ मैन. ठीक है. और सिंपल वर्ड सबसे सिंपलेस्ट फॉर्म इसका है डिजीजेज ऑफ एनिमल्स ट्रांसमिटेड टू मैन आर कॉल्ड एज एंथ्रोपोजेनोसिस. So human being gets infected from the animals by maybe occupational contacts, that is occupational zoonotic diseases, maybe by a consumption of food, and here also man acts as a dead-end host, like leptospirosis, tularemia, rift valley fever, hydatid disease, rabies, likewise. ठीक है. Second is the zooanthropogenosis, मतलब diseases of human being transmitted to animals like human tuberculosis caused by mycobacterium tuberculosis. Previous slide में हम दे सकते थे mycobacterium bovis, animal tuberculosis, amoebiasis, diphtheria, human type diphtheria, और कोई भी specific disease of humans that may transmitted to the animals. Sometimes there is a terminology used, that is the reverse zoonosis, that is the different things. Mainly zoonosis of animal comes to transmitted to human beings, and from human being again transmitted back to the animals, and this type of zoonotic disease are called as reverse zoonosis. Reverse मतलब उल्टा चला जाना, फिर से बैक जाना. So next classification, third type of is amphigenosis. Amphi means again those zoonotic diseases that maintains in both side, animal side as well as human side, and may pass from each bidirectional. The transmission may be bidirectional. From human may gets to the goes to the, you can say, animals, or from animals goes to the man's streptococci, that is septic sore throat, we can say streptococcus pathogens, or likewise salmonella, non-host specific salmonella, that is बार बार जोड़ देते हैं, salmonella typhimurium, salmonella enteritidis, staphylococci. ठीक है. So this is total about the classifications of zoonosis. Now control of zoonosis, that it's reservoir control of reservoir host, global surveillance program, diagnostic facility, rapid diagnostic facility. There are vector control programs, so we can control vector-borne diseases. yearly clinical recognition and intervention, prompt interventions, what are ईयरली जब डिटेक्ट करेंगे ईयरली हम उसमें कोई भी इंटरवेंशन मेथड आइदर मे बी थेरेपेटिक और प्रोफाइलेक्टिक और कोई भी जो भी प्रोग्राम्स होगा हमारा और हाइजीन रिलेटेड जैसे भी होगा वी कैन मेक certain control programs promptly and we can control the disease. Prompt use of judicial use of, you can say, antimicrobials, intersectoral collaborations, collaboration with the human department, collaboration with the environment department, collaboration with the other sectors that may have some inputs in controls of disease. Improved public health and infrastructure. If we have improved public health facilities or infrastructure, we can again quickly diagnose, quickly controls, or quickly intervene the disease outbreaks. Health education